Good morning and welcome to Wake Up and Rise, the morning show that brings you the latest information, motivation, and inspiration you need to rise above. I'm your host, Dustin Williams, husband to the last good woman on earth, father to 3 amazing kiddos, and Kentucky's favorite real estate expert. Each episode is designed with you in mind, providing you with insightful tips, daily inspiration, and strategies to succeed. So grab your cup of coffee, settle in, and let's rise together because it is time to wake up and rise. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is your favorite real estate expert and your favorite host of the Wake Up and Rise morning show, Dustin Williams, coming to you live from my makeshift studio here in my new-to-me old house in Paris, Kentucky. It is 6:34 a.m., November the 7th of 2024, and this is the show where we kickstart your day with insight, energy, and focus. So today we're going to talk about one more chapter in The Art of War. I've been talking about this book all week and how it can relate to our lives, right? So this book, it's an old book full of wisdom. It was a book written, a couple thousand years ago? I don't even remember how old this book is, but it was written a very long time ago by a guy talking all about battlefield, right? Warfare. How can we take this and adapt this to our personal and our business lives? And that's what we've been talking about. We talked about 3 chapters. Today I'm going to talk about another chapter, maybe my favorite chapter, and it's it might surprise you. The topic might surprise you. It's the use of fire in battle. Playing with fire. Actually, the title is called Attack by Fire. It's called Attack by Fire. And so, how can we use that? I mean, this guy's talking about using fire tactics in a battleground. How can that even relate to our lives? Ancient fire tactics, right? They may seem like a thing of the past, things that don't relate to us, but the wisdom here is actually incredibly relevant. It's incredibly relevant to how we face challenges and spark positive outcomes in our lives and even in our work today. So, are you ready to light that fire this morning? Huh? You ready to light the fire? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's do it. So here's what happens. He focuses on how to use fire as a strategic weapon in warfare. But in the context of our lives today, what we are really talking about is the use of intensity, energy, and momentum. We talked about momentum yesterday. When Sun Tzu talks about fire, he is highlighting how certain situations need a powerful, decisive, and often risky approach. One that either ignites change or ends up burning everything down. Now, how can we apply this to the challenges that we face? How can we apply this to our personal challenges that we are facing? Well, first, the Art of War advises us to be strategic with fire. All right? Be strategic with fire, knowing where, when, and how to deploy it for a maximum impact. Translated into modern terms for me and you, this can mean using your most intense efforts carefully but deliberately. Think about that. When we face a major opportunity or challenge, how often do we just jump in without accessing or not accessing. Yeah, no, not accessing. That's the wrong word. There we go. I'm jumbling my words up. But how often do we jump in without assessing the timing or the potential ripple effects of what's going to happen, right? If we apply energy in the wrong way, we risk burnout. We risk damage, even alienating those around us, right? The Art of War reminds us that the most powerful moves are the ones with clear intent and proper timing. Now, there's another critical piece here that I haven't said yet. There's another critical piece about playing with fire, about attacking with fire, right? It's controlling the blaze. Okay, you don't want to start a fire that you can't control. Unless, I guess, there's a tactical advantage there. But Sun Tzu notes that once a fire is started, it has to be contained. It's an essential reminder for us in our personal and professional lives. When you set something in motion, whatever it is, a new project, a personal goal, a change in direction, you have to keep tabs on it, ensuring that it doesn't just spiral out of control, right? Fire that isn't controlled, it spreads and can lead to chaos and unintended consequences. It can get too big for you to handle. Think about this. Think about it in your life. Maybe it's a new business ideal that you have, or a passion project, or a commitment that you've made to someone. Setting it in motion with a burst of energy it's great. It really is great. But what about follow through? Are you keeping focus? What about are you looking at the growth? Are you sustaining the growth? Or is it starting to spread in ways that could drain or even derail you? Is it going a way that you just going a direction that you just kind of jump off the train and you just let it go by itself because you're tired of dealing with it, right? Consistent containment, or what we can call maintenance energy, maintaining it, right, is key to lasting success. Don't let it get out of control. Another critical lesson here from chapter 12, Attack with Fire, is knowing when not to use fire, right? Sun Tzu tells us that there are certain situations where fire is just too risky and where different methods are better suited, right? For us, in layman's terms, in today's terms, it might mean recognizing when intensity or aggressive action, I won't even say aggressive, let's say assertive action, isn't the answer, right? Sometimes there's a different tactic, there's a different strategy. There are times when a cooler, more calculated approach will yield you better results than the immediate heat of intense focus or pressure. Sometimes patience, kindness, compassion, sometimes being the one who seems a little bit more quiet, just listen to people. Maybe that's that's a good strategy to use sometimes. So attack by fire, it's a great, like, using your intensity, using your energy and momentum and stuff. It's great. But sometimes there's different strategies for the situations, right? More peaceful. So patience and a steady pace are more effective sometimes than going full throttle at something. It's about reading the situation, right? Understanding the risks and adapting accordingly. Let's say you are facing a tough decision or situation that's really testing your patience, right? The urge to push hard, to use brute force for some of us, I get it, to be strong, right? But the Art of War would suggest looking at the situation with a wider lens, consider the cost and the potential fallout before you jump in with both your feet and just start something that could have been handled better. Think it over. See if a gentler, more gradual approach, see if there's a better approach, and see, because that might actually serve you better there in the long run. All right, as we wrap up today's show, guys, I want to leave you with a powerful question inspired by the Art of War, the teachings of Sun Tzu, right? Here's my question. Where in your life could you use a strategic spark, and where could you benefit more from more control, right? Over the flames that you've already lit. So where in your life could you use a strategic spark, and where could you benefit from more control over the flames that you have already lit? Take a moment today and just reflect on that, on where you're investing your energy right now, your time, your focus. Are you ready to ignite change with intent and purpose? Or is there a part of your life that needs a little more attention to keep things on track, to maintain it? Think about that. And remember, fire, when used wisely, or in this case, energy, momentum, intensity, assertiveness, when used wisely, has the power to transform and create. But it's always up to us to wield it with respect, patience, and awareness. So go out there and make today great. Let your energy drive you. Let your energy drive you, and let it drive you forward, but you guide it wisely, right? And watch how much you can accomplish. Thanks for joining me here today on Wake Up and Rise. I hope this ancient wisdom has given you some valuable stuff to carry into your day, right? Keep that fire control that you have, keep it purposeful, and let's rise above together. I will be back here tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. for Feel Good Friday. I look forward to seeing you guys. And until then, you guys get out there and shine.